Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 464 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by James in response to my email where I asked him what is his dream in organ playing and what are some obstacles that are challenging for him. And he wrote, 1. To play hymns with a very clean and clear technique and with spiritually inspiring embellishment and improvisation to come out of ordinary organist. 2. Accurate counting, naturally and effortlessly. Natural and easy interpretation of embellishments and self-concept. I'm just an ordinary organist and won't reach the top. I play digital electronic to manual organ with full AGO pedalboard. Rodgers C505. In the past, I neglected to develop a firm technique for counting, meter and beat subdivision. Theory is good. Organ understanding pretty fair to good. Roger Davis manual. Practice habits fair to good. I had a 15-year gap not playing, restarted in 2017. Thanks Vidas and Aušra. Blessings. Alright, so I think James wants to learn hymns and play them with improvisation and embellishment, which will help him to come out of what he calls ordinary organist. What's wrong with being ordinary organist, Aušra?
I don't think there is anything wrong with it. But I don't think, that we are ordinary. I think each of us is a little bit extraordinary.
In which way?
That each of us is unique, I think.
Interesting. Could you develop this idea a little further?
Well, for example, let's say you are better improviser than I am, but I might be better in another field of organ playing.
I see. So you're saying that James has to find his strength.
Yes, I guess so.
Not compare himself with others, but find his uniqueness. Do you think sometimes our strengths lie where our wishes are, or not always?
I think most of the time, yes. But I think we feel our strengths. And I think people tend to improve these strengths, not their weaknesses. in many of cases.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably not, a good thing when we are talking about practicing.
Why?
Well, because if you want, sort of to really improve, I think you need to work on your weaknesses too. That we would become your strengths. I don't know if that makes sense.
What is my weakness?
I don't know. I'm not an analyst.
But from the side you could see easier.
I think lack of, constant work.
What do you mean constant work? Working day and night?
No, I mean that, you start one project and then you drop it and you jump to another.
Consistency, you mean?
Yes, consistency, that's right. You are like this type of enthusiast.
I'm a squirrel.
Yes, and you are, very enthusiastic about planning something, but not so much about executing it.
Uh-huh, so if I worked on this weakness, I would flip it and make it into my strength.
I think so.
Do you think it's realistic for me?
Well, probably not, but
Knowing me for 20 more years.
probably not. I think everything is easier when you are younger, and it gets a little bit harder with years to change yourself. Sometimes it's almost impossible. But what I like really about this letter that he states and says things so clearly and sort of really knows what he wants to achieve. Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm. I think he has a good analytical mind.
True, and that might be very helpful too in his practice.
If he assesses himself well, right?
Yes, because I really doubted that many organists could, make a list of what we really need to improve,
Mm-hmm.
what our weaknesses are. So that's a really good thing.
So in the past, he writes, he neglected to develop a firm technique for counting, meter, and beat subdivision.
Yes, this is actually a crucial technique, I think, for any musician.
I see sometimes people in our studio, Undamari studio, playing either faster or slower without any sense of pulse. And in difficult spots, slowing down, in easier spots, a little bit faster. Sounds very musical, right?
True. It's like in that Bach's prelude, A minor, remember? But there was a time at the Academy of Music when a few students at the same time played that prelude and fugue. And beginning is quite easy because sort of, like a recitative at the beginning, but when it gets harder and harder. And I remember one student starting, quite fast and then, just slowing down. So at the beginning of the first page and at the end of it, the tempo was completely different.
Right.
So I guess, there are two things when, talking about counting and, keeping meter and tempo. You really need to choose your tempo really wisely. You need to choose it accordingly the harder spot, not according to the beginning. And then of course you need to count, but another thing you need to listen what you are playing to, because I believe that if you cannot keep steady tempo, either you have really technical challenges and this piece might be too hard for you yet, or you simply don't listen what you are playing.
Oh, so you mean that people who played at the academy in the past, students, they didn't record themselves?
Well, that's true, because if you would listen to yourself from the side you would get another impression about your performance.
I'm recording myself every day. Actually, I'm live streaming my performances.
But are you listening back to what you have recorded? I somehow doubt it.
But my question is, am I playing with constant pulse or not?
Yes, I think so.
So maybe that does help.
Well,
even though I don't
anyway, when you're playing Gaudamus, each time, 10 times a day?
Yes.
Or even more?
Pomp and circumstance now.
True. Is it pomp or is it pump?
Pomp, but pronounced like pump.
So, okay.
Alright, so Roger Davis manual. We have this red book, right?
True. I play some pieces from it occasionally. I don't like this edition so much about the
early music.
Yes, about the early music, but well, it's a handy book.
If James, applies early techniques in this collection and ignores, for example, slurs, legato indications, or heel, for example, in the pedals, then I think it is a very strong collection. Yes. Okay, so let's wish James good luck on the organ bench. And for other students who are listening to this, please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, the sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses and all your help.
Robert writes, I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent.
John writes, I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor.
Robert writes, it has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching.
Ron writes, Hi Vidas and Osha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Osha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward.
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.